Hello everybody. Hello and welcome to the first official Condemned stream. And before we begin, I'd like to thank you, all of you, for being here. If you're watching live, of course, and if you are watching later on VOD, please make sure to be there for the next stream. It will be tomorrow, and we are going to be doing really fun stuff, so welcome again, and let's begin. That being said, we can begin. It will be a short stream. We won't be spending too much time talking, because the only thing that we're going to be doing today is actually talking about what we're going to be doing later on in the future with the streams, with the game, specifically with our game that we are making with the Chisel Yeti studio. So let's begin. I have a plan to explain some of the things that may or may not be your questions later on. So I will be doing some kind of a FAQ session for the future. So I don't have to answer all the questions over and over again. I will be able to just redirect you to this particular stream, this particular video. What you can see on the screen right now are those questions that I prepared, and I'd like to answer on today's stream. Later on we'll be showcasing the game, what we've been working on for the past year, and we will talk about the roadmap for our game. So let's start with the first question maybe. So why have I left YouTube? Well, this is kind of a broad question, but the thing is, I left YouTube because the game that we've been making on, it was directly related. Well, we stopped making the game. And why do we stop making the game? Well, the Gentlemania, or the Gentleman that you may remember if you've been here for the last year when I was actually putting some stuff on YouTube, doing the streams and all kind of stuff. I've been working on a game called Gentlemania, or Gentleman for short. It's been great, but the problem was that me and my team, we weren't really able to finish the game. It so happened that it was too hard to finish. It was too much work. We didn't have the ability to finish the game at all, actually. So finally we decided to change the studio. Actually, we decided to split, but that was later on. At first we just decided we'll take a break from making the game. I went my way, the boys went their way. They started making something else. Ultimately, I started making my game that I'm working on right now, and that's how I met my colleague right now. We founded Chisel Yeti Studio. We are the people working on the Condemned. And we've been working on this game for the past year. So this is actually what happened with Gentlemania. We are planning on getting back to this game, you know, because we actually spend a lot more time than what I've been on YouTube, you know. We've been making Gentlemania for like maybe 2.5 years in total. So it will be a shame to give it up, like totally. So I'm positive that we are going to come back to Gentlemania sometime, maybe in a couple of years, when everyone will be ready, when we'll have the actual skills to do that, you know. If not, then that's okay. But I hope we will be able to finish Condemned first. And I hope you will be able to meet my colleague, or actually the team right now, because right now we are actually more than 2 people working on the game. So I'm really hopeful it's going to go well, and you can see later on that we are actually doing great. So let's come back to the question, why have I left YouTube? Well, it's because I didn't have any content to put on YouTube. The channel was mainly about my game that I wasn't making anymore, and I wasn't confident to actually showcase what I was working on with the Condemned. Now I am, so that's why we are having this stream right now. To showcase the game, to answer some questions, and to possibly start the new journey for this channel. Like you can see, if you entered my channel, you can see that that I switched my banner, my logo, and everything to the Condemned stuff. And of course, the thumbnail to this stream is the possible key art for the Steam page that we will be working on those streams that I'm making the roadmap for, that we are going to be doing for the next couple of months, because that's how long I'm planning on doing this, because this is how much content I can possibly put on and think right now. So what happened to the gentleman? Like I said, we weren't able to actually finish the game, so we decided to put it on hiatus and work on something else. That's mainly it. So let's talk about what actually is the Condemned. What is this game? Why I've been working on this game for the past year, and what were we doing, and what is our plan for the future. So what is Condemned? Condemned is a survival monster hunting game, mainly the survival part. You know, it's based on Don't Starve, it's based on the games like Enshrouded, it's based on Terraria, and we'd like to introduce some Dark Souls and Monster Hunter elements to the survival part. And this is what we've been focusing on, because, you know, in survival games we have this scenario when you don't really have that much fighting, you know. And I really like in Valheim, for example, the Valheim was an inspiration for our game too, mainly Don't Starve. You know, if you ever played Monster Hunter, you know that the fighting in this game, the preparation and all that stuff is really the core element of the game, and we wanted to introduce that to the survival mechanisms of the games like Don't Starve. You know, when you actually prepare yourself, you have that threat hanging over your neck that you can die on the next journey. And the word is really important too, because in our game we base the story on this game on the Slavic mythology. So this is another really important thing that I'd like to talk about, that we actually making the same, or actually we based our world for our game on the same world that the Witcher series also were making. So if you are familiar with the Witcher series, which you probably are, and you maybe read some of the Andrzej Sapkowski's work, then you will be familiar with the world in our game. You know, it's based on the Slavic mythology. It's full of mythical creatures like the Drowners and all of that good stuff that you can see in the Witcher series and all. We've been specifically working on the part with the NPCs, with the rituals and all of that Slavic folklore that you can see in Slavic countries. Because we are from the Slavic country, we are based in Poland, we are Polish, so we live with that stuff, and I think we can do a great job working on it. But let's finish that later on, because I'd like to actually show some of this stuff to you. Maybe we'll talk about a bit more later on. So the next thing is on the list is actually the Condemned roadmap, and I have it here. You can see it on the screen right now. Okay, so what it is a condemned stream roadmap. So what I mean by that is we are going to work towards Steam page on those streams. This is all we are going to focus on. Everything on the list, and possibly the next few items that we're going to show, because I'm not entirely sure if we are going to finish everything on this list, and I'm not entirely sure if we won't add anything to this list, because, you know, times change. We may or may not need some things. We may decide to put something on for later and work on something else, but this is really what we want to finish on those streams. This is what I want to focus on for the next couple of months, which the ultimate goal for those streams is to create a Steam page. To create a Steam page and to create a game initial trailer. So this is how I see that. Please let me know if you'd like to see some of those stuff. I hope you do, and I hope we're going to have a great time working on all of those things from the list. But let's actually talk about some of the points that I have here. So starting on with the condemned key art, and the condemned key art is, well, already made essentially, because I started working on it before I even started to record this stuff, to make the stream roadmap. And you can actually view this, well, you could view this on the starting of the stream, on the start page of the stream, and you could view this in your thumbnail on YouTube. So I will probably post it on later on somewhere. Oh, and I actually already posted it on YouTube. I forgot about it, but it's there in my post. So if you are interested in actually seeing this art, then you can visit my YouTube post page and you can view that there. And the YouTube streams. This is the next point in this condemned key art thingy on the roadmap. I guess I could call it a point or something, whatever. Doesn't matter. Condemned streams. We are on the first stream actually live right now, so I guess I could just cross this point of the list because it's already made, and all of those things that you can see on the list will be streamed as well. I will be working on every day for the next couple of months, hopefully every day, because, you know, life can happen and I won't be able to probably keep that up for much long, but I'm aiming to this everyday kind of a streaming vibe, and I hope we're going to have a good time. But the next thing is, well, maybe let's talk about one thing more, because I'd like to invite you to our Discord, official condemned Discord server, Chiselieri Discord server, that you can actually join from our YouTube description and the stream description. You can visit the Discord, and it's open for everyone, so you can just join us. And if you'd like to actually join me on the streams that we'll be making and meet up some of our team members and members of the community that we're having right now, you can do that as well. We are launching a Reddit page too, but it's not finished. The Discord is finished. I can invite you to the Discord server, so I hope you will be there. I hope you will visit us on our Discord server. You will be able to talk to us. You will be able to talk stuff about our game. You will be able to actually make some input into the game, because I like to show every part of the creation process on this YouTube channel for our game. So I hope you'll enjoy it. I hope we'll have a good time, essentially. But let's come back to the roadmap first. So the pitch update. The first thing that I want to do, the first thing that I want to introduce to the game that we already have is the beach update. And what I mean by that is the starting biome for our game will be the beach. You will be stranded on a evil continent or so. We'll be talking about all the lore and all the story stuff of our game in a separate stream, because I don't want to make this stream too saturated. I'd like to start off slowly and introduce everything that we have, really like sipping the content, you know, making the good stuff for later. So you will be starting off on a beach. You will be stranded from a ship. You will be sent to the evil continent from your continent. In our game there are 2 continents. There is an evil continent and there is a good continent. It's really simple, but it is like this. So you will be sent to the evil continent because you are essentially a bad guy, and you will be sent there like to prison, or that's why you are condemned. That's why the game is called like that. But it actually means that you are condemned from your continent. You are a user of a wicked magic. You are someone that's not welcome in a society, and you are sent to the Hollows. The Hollows, which is this evil continent in our game. And you will start the game stranded on a beach, because your ship actually broke when you were sent to the Hollows. That's why you are left alone, without any help and without any tools. You're starting off and you gather some resources. We're going to be making sure that you have all of the necessary resources, of course, while making the beach update. And the part of the beach update is, of course, the beach itself. Is a couple of adjustments to the biome that we already have, and we already have the swamp biome. The swamp biome, which is really, really cool, you know. But I'm going to be showing this later. The drowners, which are some kind of a zombie. If you played The Witcher, you will know what I mean by that. They are the people that actually drowned, and in our game there are a couple of races, but the drowners are actually the humans. This is the only human race. So what I can see already, let me stop a little bit, because I can see that there is a problem on the stream, unfortunately, with the video, because the video is kind of squashed, and I don't really like it, you know. We're going to need to fix that for the next stream, but okay. Let's leave it at that. I'm going to fix that for the next stream. Unfortunately, I haven't noticed that before. I hope that with the audio is everything alright, but let's leave it at that. Okay, so coming back to the game, the beach biome, the drowners will be really fun to make. This is actually what we're going to start with. We're going to start with it tomorrow, actually. So this is going to be great. Wrecked ship, of course. This is what you are going to be scavenging for resources. Everything that you're going to do starts with the wrecked ship. All your initial resources probably will going from there, and some of the good stuff we'll be planning on what you'll have, what you don't have, and everything will be done on the stream. So the word generation feature, let's clear one thing before we even start to make those streams. The next streams, I won't be coding, or I will try to not code on the stream, because, well, I'm not really good with the code. I'm making, for the most part, I'm making only the graphical assets, the animations, and all of that visual stuff for the game, and my colleague is making the rest, which is the music and the coding for the game. I will try to not code. We'll be doing some things in code, probably alongside of the AI for our enemies and all that kind of stuff, for NPCs, when we'll be going to actually animate the NPCs, when we are going to be animating the enemies and all of that stuff. We're going to lose the Limbo AI, the plugin for Godot, and all of the good stuff. So there will be probably some coding, but don't expect it too much. I don't like it and I don't want to do it on the stream. So the word generation feature will be actually introduced by my colleague, probably in the same patch that we are going to be doing the beach update. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be in a package, but probably yes, depending on how he'll do with it. Maybe we'll introduce some of the other things, maybe we'll switch the what is it called, like whatever, never mind. We won't be switching anything. Let's just assume the word generation feature will go with the beach update. So the hangman tree is actually a mini location in our game, like a set piece that's going to be connecting our two locations, the beach and the first village, the first human village in the game. So it's going to be in the middle. It's already made. We're going to see that later on, probably. I'm going to show it to you. And we're going to be introducing this to our game in the beach update. We'll make some fixes. We'll just switch it up because there are some issues with it. And there are issues because of the things that I will be talking about later on in the stream, but mainly because we're using something. We are making the game in 2D, in 3D world, so you have a lot of issues with the camera and stuff like that, and the rotation of the object system that we brought up to this game that my colleague made. We need a lot of adjustments to all of the stuff that we put in the game. So animals and hunting. I will probably make it alongside of the drowners, or I will actually make it first, depending on what I will be feeling. But what it is the animals in our game. Some of the stuff I will be showing you, or maybe let's start with that. So this is the actually really rough version of what you can see. This is the stream checklist that we're going to be using, and this is the animal and hunting plan, or like a mini roadmap that I made, just for you to be able to understand what we are going to be doing. So mushrooms, wild mushrooms, those are the items that we'll be drawing, that we'll be researching. Because on the right side you can see the stream checklist. So the first thing that we're going to do is, of course, the research, and in the research we'll be gathering some references for our drawings, for our sketches, for animations, for everything like that. We'll be using the Obsidian. What you can see on the screen right now is actually the Obsidian with the Excalidraw plugin, that we're going to be using as our whiteboard for the streams, for our game, essentially, for making the plans. So the next thing, mood board, of course, in Obsidian we'll be putting everything that we found inside the Excalidraw plugin, the Obsidian, and everything will be available. Probably everything will be available to you to download, to check, to have some fun with. Maybe we'll do like a co-op session when we'll go into actually make live adjustments to the stuff I found, or actually I will be using your input in creation of some of those assets. We'll see. The initial sketches, it speaks for itself. Line art and colors, of course, you can actually know what it is. Cutouts. What I mean by cutouts is we are going to be using the cutout animation. We actually animate our characters and everything in the game by cutting out the pieces, just like it's been done in Darkest Dungeon. Maybe you've heard about the game. If you're not, well, please check it, because it's awesome. It was another great reference for our game. So the cutout animation, you are actually creating an asset, then you cut out the pieces of this asset and you animate the pieces by themselves in an animation program. I'm going to showcase it to you, so don't worry, you're going to understand everything. The animating process, of course, I will be animating, and behaviors and state machine, it's actually done by the Limbo AI plugin for Godot. So I'll be showing this to you as well. So the stream checklist is basically all of the things that I will be doing pretty much every stream except from this one. So this is how the stream is going to go. I plan on diversing a little bit. Maybe we'll talk, maybe we'll do some Q&A session, whatever, depending on the situation. So I hope it will be fun. The first stream that we're going to be doing probably will be those animals and hunting stream, and actually the series of streams, because of course we ain't going to be finished with all of this in one stream. So especially that I'm planning on streaming for like 2 hours at max, at best. So mushrooms in the wild, that's supposed to be mushrooms in the wild, but I haven't finished it yet. Are going to be items that we're going to find in our game, not on the beach, but actually in the swamp. And we're going to start with that just because it's going to be fun to research, it's going to be fun to draw, and maybe we'll even do some animations. Maybe we'll leave it to our programmer to actually animate that in code, because this is how we do animations too, if there are animations that not necessarily needs to be made by me. So boars, of course, the animal that we're going to have to tame. In our game, you will be able to tame boars, you will be able to feed them, you will be able to multiply them or make families of boars, you will be able to hunt them, you will be able to have their skinning process. We also will maybe a part of this animals and hunting stuff, because you will need to hunt, and the bow and arrow, which we'll be adding to the game later on. Not in this animal hunting, but later in the game. So animal behaviors, also Limbo AI. We're going to fix some things that we already have. We're going to add new things to the game, like animal behaviors for the boar, for the moose that we are going to do also. The moose will be kind of a tougher creature to beat. So that's it. Let's come back to our roadmap. Sorry, I lost. Okay, I'm going to answer. No. Sorry. Okay. So the wrecked sheep, the world generation, animals and hunting. So this the beach update. I think we're done with it. So I think we're going to do the beach update for the next month or so, and we're going to finish depending on the how try-hardy we're going to get with it. So werewolves and spiders, the spider caves, the spider queen, roots and vines for the floors. This is kind of a small adjustment, but we're going to talk about it. Basic crafting, cooking update, and werewolves. So spider's cave, it speaks for itself. We're going to make a spider cave. It's going to be huge amount of work, but I'm prepared to that. This werewolves and spider update we're going to take a lot more time than the beach update probably will, but that's good. I am actually planning to making that in 2 months. Everything on this list: spider's cave, spider's queen. Spider's queen is going to be our boss fight. It will actually be the first boss fight in the game, because we don't have anything other than this, and we actually don't have it yet, so we're going to make it. We're going to animate it, we're going to do everything according to the stream checklist, and we are going to have our first boss. So roots and vines, it's a really small adjustment to the way we are using the flooring in our game, because I like to be able to put things on the floor like you using a carpet, you know, like a carpet from vines, a carpet from something, all of that I'd like to be able to have in our game, so we need to actually add it into the game. I hope you understood, but okay, I actually didn't explain it even in a little part, but we'll get to that. You know, basic crafting, it speaks for itself. The basic crafting is basically a crafting, because in our game we still don't have like a proper crafting mechanism. We have the idea, we are actually adding it right now, but it's still not finished. And I hope up to the point when we're going to be releasing the werewolves and spiders, we're going to have the basic crafting finish and thought out, because what I actually am thinking is in our game the crafting will be done by NPCs, not by the player. So the player and the basic crafting for the player is going to be really simple thing to make, because it will be short. You won't be able to make a lot of stuff. You will be only allowed to make a couple. The class specific stuff, because in our game you will kind of have a class system. When you will choose your character, the character will have a specific class that cannot change. But we'll get to that later. So cooking update, of course, we're going to be adding cooking to our game. We're going to be making some stuff like basic dishes. We're going to research everything, how to make one. We're going to do all of that fun stuff with the drawing, the sketching, and all of this on the stream. Werewolves. And with this, I'm actually thinking that we're going to make a little boss fight for the quest that you'll be undertaking inside the game. So you will have in the first city, which is called the Gallows Reach. This is actually the first city in our game. The first human settlement in our game is called, that you can actually visit, the Gallows Reach. You will be able to take a quest and inside this quest, while you will be working on this quest, you will be visiting a cave when you will have a werewolf, when you will be able to actually beat the werewolf, or you will be able to make him go back to the way the humans are, because the werewolves are the humans too. So we'll be working on that. It will be really fun. We'll be thinking about the quest. We'll be making the dialogues possibly. I will want to use your input in this, because it will be really fun to actually make that happen. So that's it. The Gallows Reach, you can see it in the next point. It's the human village and all of that stuff that I already make. But we're going to get to that in a minute. The swamp hags. The swamp hags are actually the things that we already have in the game, but they desperately need to be fixed, because they are broken from the visual perspective. They are broken from the mechanism perspective, and we're going to be adding them in the game. They are friendly creatures. And they are necessary for the future, because we are thinking about adding some other stuff to them, lore based, story based, all of that good stuff. We won't be talking about on the stream for now, because it's going to be released really far into the future, so I'm not going to spoil anything right now. But the swamp hags, we're going to be making them, and what they are, those are actually the swamp creatures that you can encounter on the swamp. They have their own village, they have their own rituals, they have their own quests, and one of those quests will be to release one of the earliest NPCs that you can encounter in our game. You will be able to recruit this NPC to your village when you will have the village, and you will actually need him to progress further into our game. So this will be really essential. We're going to have a great time doing that. The buildings update is something that we're adding next, which is the building system, which is of course not yet done in our game. It will be made by my colleague If he will be able to show it to you, he'll probably will, because it will be interesting thing to make, interesting thing to talk about. Player sleeping, of course, that speaks for itself. The player will be able to sleep. You'll have a day and night cycle. You'll be able to regenerate, and what regenerating will be, what it actually will be doing, we're going to figure it out on the stream, because it's not essential to our game, so we decided to like add it later on and maybe thought up some things on the stream. Additional clothing, well, this is something that I'm creating whenever I have some spare time on me. It's just the clothing for our player, for the characters that I'm drawing, like the variants and all that good stuff, the things that you are doing just to have some fun in the game, you know, the clothing, the customization of your character. You will be able to do that in our game too. You will be able to change the hairstyles. You will be able to actually change the clothing. You will be able to make the clothing, sell the clothing, all of the good stuff. There won't be any skins in the game, so we won't be making the revenue out of you just by creating more skins. No, nothing like that. We won't be adding any skins to the game ever, hopefully. So the Gallows Reach update is the first human village, just like we talk about, the NPCs, or the notice board. The notice board is the place where you'll be actually getting the quests. So the NPCs will be able to actually put the sign on the notice board, and you will be able to gather it and start the quest. So the player housing, of course, you will be able to make your own house. You will be able to enter it. You will be able to customize it and all the good stuff. Shopkeepers, in our game you will have shopkeepers, so you'll be able to buy stuff from the NPCs. Even though the game will be multiplayer, you won't be able to sell stuff to the players, because you essentially will be playing the game like any other survival game, so you'll be just able to exchange items. Now, if you will be if you want, you can of course take the payment, whatever, it's your rules. Hunger mechanism, this is where we're going to introduce the hunger mechanism. This is going to introduce the stamina mechanism to our game, and we'll be working on that on the stream too. We'll be making some UI parts probably too, if we'll have time. I don't know how long it will take for me to make the swamp hacks and the gallows reach, but that probably will be another 2 months worth of work for the stream. So we are having like 1 month the beach update, 3 months in total werewolves and spiders, then another 2 months for gallows reach and swamp hacks, so we have 5 months of work already. And then there's a glossary. Excuse me, I need to drink some water. I'm having a dry throat. Okay, sorry. The glossary update. And the glossary is, of course, the list and all of the equipment that you will be able to use as our main character in the game. So the quality of life features is just a minor things that we're going to encounter in our creation process, that we're going to make a list of, and then fix it here, so we don't waste our precious time earlier. Better animations. There are a couple of things that I'd like to change in our animations. You're going to see them when I show you the actual game. The alchemy stuff, of course, you will be able to make some alchemy. It's directly related to our fighting system, because you won't be able to use skills in our game. You will have that Dark Souls like kind of a fighting system. Rituals and reincarnation. It's a core feature. It's really important. It will take the most time from this update, from the glossary update. It will take the majority of the time that we're going to schedule for it. but it's really important. You'll be able to make rituals, you'll be able to revive your died NPCs and all of that stuff. You will be able to revive yourself if you have items, because you will die. There will be a there will be a level in our game where you will be able to die, like a hardcore difficulty, and you will lose your world. So if you don't have an item on you, or you don't have the ritual active, that will be active for as long as the puppet you created for the ritual is still working, then you will be able to retain your save if you died. If you don't have it, you will lose your save, but only on a hardcore difficulty of our game. But you will have a normal difficulty too, and you won't. Well, if you die, you won't lose your stuff, and you won't lose your save. But it's essential. I think it's essential in every survival game to have things like this. But we're going to be doing those on the stream too. UI and a trailer. This will actually probably change only to the game trailer making process, because the UI elements are already in the making by someone else. We actually managed to get another teammate for us, and he's making the UI elements for us. And that's it. That will be the actual last point in our stream roadmap, in our Steam page roadmap that we're going to have for the next couple of months. It will probably take, at best, I think it will take 7 months for us to actually finish everything on this list. I hope we're going to have a great time. At the end, we will make a Steam page, and we are going to start promoting this game somewhere else, possibly even on like YouTube ads or somewhere else, except for the streams that I'm making right now. Because those streams, like we'll be having fun on the streams. I think I'm going to get along with you, the people that are actually watching this. We'll be making some short videos, short form content, some devlogs and all of that good stuff, while actually recording the streams, while actually making those. So yeah, you can actually, you will be able to witness everything that we will be making for our game. I hope you'll have a good time. So let's begin showcasing the actual game, because I prepared, well, actually I didn't prepare anything, but I like to actually showcase some of the stuff to you, but I don't know if I will be even able to do that, because like you can't see it right now, but well, the game is actually kind of in really bad shape right now. Well, I don't even know if I will be able to show it to you, but let's actually show what I can show. So this is the Godot. This is the testing scene. So it's important to actually say to you, the game visuals are made based on the Mike Mignola visual style of comics, of the Hellboy comics and all of that stuff. And we actually are making the game using the 2D assets. This is our main character from the back. It's actually broken because in this scene he's using the reset animation. If you're familiar with Godot, you'll be able to recognize what that is. We are not using the reset animations, that's why it fucked up like this. But the entire game visuals are made based on the Mike Mignola stuff. Except from, we are making this game in 3D just because we'd like to actually use all of the good stuff, all of the shaders, all of the lighting effects that you can get in 3D. And we are going to utilize it. As you can see, we are also using like the 3D space, and everything like spins around. It's our own custom script for Godot that actually allows it. here it's kind of very fucked up, but if we launch the game, if we launch this scene, actually you'll be able to, I hope you'll be able to see. Oh yeah, you are able to see, maybe, because I don't know if my computer is going to work. Okay, in this really bad frame rate, you can see our game. But as you can see, we have a couple of sides. We can spin around our character in 3D space. We can zoom in, zoom out, and do all of the good stuff. But what I wanted to show you, what I really wanted to show, is how our assets are actually working, because it's 3D space, and we actually made this custom script for Godot that allows us to spin things around. You can see how the 2D assets in our game are spinning on the axis. You know, it looks really cool, and I really am happy that we managed to do that. But like I said, it's not finished scene. It's not even close to being finished. It's just for testing purposes. This is our character, the main character, the first character that you will actually be able to use in our game. It's called Vuko. So he's a witch hunter. He will be sent to the Hollows because he actually did some bad stuff, or actually was convicted for doing some bad stuff, which he possibly didn't even do. So he was falsely convicted and sent to the Hollows, and he's fighting for his survival in our brutal world with all of the Slavic mythological creatures and stuff. The animations, all of them made by hand. I actually am really happy how they turned out. They are not finished, but we are in a good spot right now, where I'm, like I said, where I'm happy, and I'm actually confident showing to you, because we are going to be making them better right now, not worse. We already thought up everything, so the animation go in every direction except for this direction, because the fighting animation for this direction it isn't really yet finished. It will be, and I will be showing to you maybe on the stream, but possibly, well, I will be showing to you 100% on the stream, but possibly even on the devlog that we're going to be making. But I will need to actually figure out why my frame rate is so freakishly bad. But whatever. Let's leave it at that. The game looks like this. This is actually the tests of the hangman tree that I was talking about earlier. This is the test, how it's going to look in the game. You can see that it spins around on its own axis, along with everything else. I hope that the low frame rate doesn't really bother shit out of you, because for me it looks terrible, so I think it will look even worse for you, but I'm really sorry for that. I will fix that for another stream, and let's hope it's not going to be so bad. But that's mainly it. What I'd like to actually talk about is actually ask some questions. If you will ever be able to watch this stream, and you will be ever inclined to answer those questions. So what do you even think about the game? If you will so kind to answer maybe in the future, then please share your thoughts in the comments. And I think we are at the finish. We managed to do it little bit less than an hour, which is really quite a feat, because I wasn't really prepared to making the stream. It was kind of a spontaneous thing to do right now, because I thought I would be starting on Monday, but I decided, well, let's do it a little bit earlier. So I hope everything went fine. So let's say goodbye to our super strong character Vuko, and let's see each other tomorrow at possibly 8:30 a.m. On the actual stream. We'll be making the animals, or we'll be making the drowners, but 100% we'll be doing the research for the thing that we'll be making. So you will get some insight of how we do things in Chisel Yeti. You will get some insight how we do our game. You will be able to view how we actually make the assets possibly in the next week. So I'm looking for really great fun, and I hope you'll be having fun too. So that being said, let's see you on another stream, and stay safe and goodbye.